No question, Gordon had some of the best paint schemes week in and week out. Here's Jeff Gordon's 2012 Pepsi Max Chevrolet Impala. Howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again, back with another NASCAR Diecast review. Boom! 2012 Pepsi Max Jeff Gordon Chevrolet Impala. Now, this is a beautiful race car, man. I remember when this car was on the track. Man, it is a beautiful race car. And it's kind of like a, you know how Jimmy Johnson runs the Ally Financial paint scheme. That's kind of Jeff Gordon's version of it, you know. When we think of Jeff Gordon, I think of the rainbow, you know, warriors. I think of the blue and red. No, black race car. Very similar to what Johnson runs nowadays. And of course, this car is from 2012. And absolutely, I'm excited to get this thing out of the box. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this 2012 Pepsi Max Chevrolet Impala out of the box. Here it is, folks. Fresh out of the package. Wow, man. This paint scheme is beautiful. You know, it's your traditional, you know, Jeff Gordon flames, right? But it's got a little bit of a something to it, right? It's like a very sleek, very intimidating, almost Dale Earnhardt-esque, kind of like a gloss black around the race car. The flames kind of have like a blue lip around them, and I tell you what, man, these cars from 2011, 2012, man, that brings back some serious nostalgia. I mean, you know, looking back at the Gen 5 days, you know, this really wasn't that bad looking of a race car, to be honest with you. You know, it didn't have the goofy spoiler on it, right? The wing, as a lot of people like to call it. But, I mean, fundamentally, it was a better race car, in my opinion, than the Gen 6. I believe we had better racing with the Gen 5 than we did Gen 6. But, you know, that's just me. This race car, man, this is pretty freaking cool, man. I have the 2010 version of this car. I got the 2011 one as well. This is the 2012 edition of this paint scheme. So over here on the hood, you got Pepsi Max. You kind of have like a blue pattern, maybe like a electric-esque type of pattern behind the Pepsi logo. You got 0 calories. You got Twitter. That's an old school Twitter logo right there, man. At Pepsi Max, you know, 2012 is really the first year NASCAR truly embraced social media. And this car does kind of have like a, I wouldn't say satin, but it's not like a super gloss. It does kind of have like a, I don't know, it just kind of has like a little bit of a blur effect to it. And what I mean by blur is that the car is not super sleek gloss. It kind of has almost just a hint of like a satin finish. But you got Pepsi Max right there. You know, of course, who could forget the 2012 Daytona 500 when Keselowski tweeted to the world from a NASCAR. They will make a full documentary about that 30 years from now. You got the number 24 there. Who remembers when they used to put the numbers on the headlights? That's a throwback. I miss these too. The white Impala logo. Beautiful, man. Hey, just put a bow tie on the nose of these Camaros, man. I tell you, I freaking miss it. You got Impala there. Bright day glow splitter. Look at that. That's how you wrap a splitter, Lionel. Not the hogwash they put on the Gen 6 cars. You know, Lionel Racing, for the most part, was really good in 2011 and 2012. It really wasn't until, you know, 2014, maybe 2013 when it started to go downhill. But I tell you what, their 11 and 12 cars were pretty darn good. They're not as good as the COTs, but I tell you, they were pretty darn good. Moog, Mail, Comp, Edelbrock, Sunoco. And the next logo down. And that's the last logo right there. I just love the nose of this car, man. It just has like a boxy, you know, square body feel to it. Just looks freaking good, man. And then you go over here to the left side of the car. You got the NASCAR race car logo there. You got the Jeff Gordon signature, very iconic. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Mechanics were Holly, 3M, USG, Jegs, and that missing logo right there. Well, that's the good old Coors Light Pole Award. Goodyear. I got the number 24, AARP, and what is that down there? BeTheMatch.org. I think that's the bone marrow program. Depth of the clear coat in this car. You can see how it's much more reflective on the decals compared to the actual body paint. That tells me that the paint is a very satin/matte finish. I tell you what, though, having that just edge, so to speak, when it comes to the clear coat, how you can see how it reflects different. That is a very nice touch. Great job, Lionel. Of course, in 2011 and 2012, a lot of the people that still worked on the COTs were still around, so the quality did transition. We got Bosch, Siemens, Freightliner, Mac Tools. Don't know what that one is. I think it's Hendrick. I think it's really blurry. You got Quaker State, Pepsi Max once again. You got Pepsi Max down here, and DuPont, man. God, I miss DuPont on a 24 car. Of course, you got the American Ethanol ring right there. Over here to the caboose. I mean, who can forget playing NASCAR inside line online with a bunch of crazy people screaming at you, a bunch of trollers and wreckers? Who can remember everyone who drove like the 53 car? I think that's what the number was. I don't know if it's inside line or was it NASCAR 14, but you always had this Joe Schmo that would show up in the lobby in a custom car, and it would always be the number 53. And I remember back in the day, we used to boot whoever was the custom driver because 90% of the time they were just there to wreck. But hey man, it was fun. It was fun. NASCAR lobbies then were so much better than they are now. I mean, can you even get game chat nowadays? I mean, it's freaking the first first NASCAR Heat game didn't even have game chat for online. It was a joke. That's part of the fun. It's just getting on with a bunch of randoms and just talking NASCAR and just doing spotter communication. It's fun. Pepsi Max right there, and of course you have that beautiful bow tie logo. I missed that. I really wish they would bring this back for Gen 7. Just put the bow ties on there, man. That's Chevrolet. The blue oval is Ford, the bow tie is Chevrolet, and as far as I'm concerned, it should always, always be on the nose. And then over here to the right side of the race car, I mean, this car is just very balanced. It really is. It's a very balanced car. There's no side skirt paint, right? The wrap goes all the way down, right? To put this in simple terms, it's up here, it's down here, it's all over the freaking race car. It is beautiful, man. I freaking love these flames, man. I mean, it's down here in the basement, and it's over here on the third floor. It's beautiful. This is my problem with modern day Lionel racing. Is that back then, big numbers looked big good. Well, this looks like big poop. And then over here to the roof of the race car. I mean, the flames, they just go all across the whole car, man. They really do. They go across the whole car, and just that beautiful Day Glow 24. Off camera, it's a lot more, I would say, of a banana candy yellow. Like kind of like the little, what is it? I think they call it, the runts? I think that's what it was. It's like a candy, right? It has a little fruit-shaped joints. It's kind of that color, right? But on camera, at least from my perspective right now, it looks much more like a green banana kind of color. But I tell you what, man, it is just a gorgeous freaking diecast, and I can't wait to review the 2011 and the 2010 versions of this. Yes, I have a COT version of this car I picked up. I mean, I haven't seen that car in ages, and when I seen it online, I snatched that thing, dude. I freaking bought that thing immediately. You can also see a little bit of the plastic right here is a little bit poking out. But I tell you what, man, I ain't even worry about that. Even the old Gen 4 cars used to do that. And you go over here to the deck lid, and you have AARP, Drive to End Hunger. And I always, for the longest time, I always thought that the D on Drive was just a funny looking, letter. But then it was until, I don't know. Then it was the last year or two when they were sponsoring Gordon that I finally realized. It took me ages, I might add. It took me ages. I finally realized that's actually a fork. It's actually a fork. It took me forever growing up watching Jeff Gordon race to realize that's a freaking fork. I thought it was just some modern graphics. No, it's a freaking fork. Drive to End Hunger, of course, right there on the deck lid. Absolutely, man. This is a gorgeous diecast. I mean, look, it's not perfect, but let's be honest, guys. This right here, the quality of this car right here is light years better than the nonsense we get nowadays with Lionel Racing. Do I see a paint chip on this? Honestly, I don't. Do I see a slightly skewed piece of plastic? Yes. Is the Goodyear logo here perfect? No. Guess what? To me, this would be considered an elite diecast compared to what we get now with Lionel Racing. The numbers are correct. The paint quality is good. The splitter is actually wrapped. Have you seen the Austin Cindric car from Wave 1 2020? Half of the splitter is white and half of it's red. It's the most goofiest looking thing ever. I mean, I feel bad for Austin Cindric. I mean, yeah, they made his diecast, but I mean, they made it look like a goofball. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day, folks. And if you really want to, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Diecastbuffet. Go ahead and check out Race Day 2011 as well on YouTube and Instagram for, of course, sending me this car. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you're having a great one. Diecast Buffet, signing off.